No thank you. No more thank you. あれ無宮さん。出てくる。あ、ギャリー。あ、ガリーさん。How are you? Where have you been? Where have you been? You have been another planet. Something like that. Library planet.
Back in the library.
Very good.
Long time.
Sometimes always. Nothing no way. Except library planet. Okay, good morning. Muchas gracias. So, one thing that what I just want to say is, what is the practices? What is Zazen? You see, it's very difficult even to understand in concept, in thinking. The most people are just worried about or confused with how to do Zazen. See, basically or fundamentally, we don't need to do anything. See, right now, right here, that's the total enough without doing it. See, but people never understand. People never understand it. People always want to do something to in case of Buddha, in case of the way of Buddha, the people want to do something to realize who we are. But we don't need to do it because right now, right here, we are Buddha itself. We are Buddha itself. Even the Shakyamuni Buddha or Patriarch says, people never understand it. People never accept it. That's the reason. That's the reason we have to do a Zazen. See? Right. As the Master just Dogen. Master Dogen just teaches us. We are complete and universal. We don't need to do anything. Right now, right here. We are existing as complete as universal. Hi. But people never understand it. はい、お願いします。
美女と野獣で行ってまいります。美女と野獣で行ってまいります。はい。はい。
So that's reason. That's reason. We have to do a dozen. You see? In order to accept what the Shakyamuni Buddha's realization is. See? It's a totally difficult to understand. Well, totally understand to accept. Totally accept who we are. See? Then the teacher was Matrix just said, you are already Buddha. You are already Buddha. You don't need to do anything. See? But people never accept it. That's reason. That's reason we have to do something. See? Without doing, I just clap my hand. You simply just become a routine. You simply become this sound attitude. It's verified. This aspect, this reality, verified who you are. You are already Buddha itself. You see, when I clap my You simply just act what I did. This verified you. See, you are already Buddha itself. Buddha is a complete and universal. But very very unfortunate. You never be able to just accept this reality, this thing. That's the reason we have to do a dancing. Then, the more you do zazen, the more you just become agitated. As I always say, eventually, there is no separation between this and this. There is no separation, this and this. Right now, it's very unfortunate. People never accept it, never be able to accept it. As far as the people are concerned, there is a certain separation between this and this. That's the reason. That's why we have to do zazen. The more we do zazen, the more this separation dropped away. Eventually, there is no separation between this and this. Then you'll be able to just realize who you are. See, oneness. Oneness is nothing concerned. There is nothing concerned with what you think about the thing, and there is nothing concerned with what we think of the self. Nothing exists. Nothing exists. Nothing exists at all. This reality, people never imagine, even concept. People never imagine. Right now, we're just acting, but people never accept it. That's the reason we have to do a zazen. So we go back to today's text, number 3. Today's text is very important to realize who we are. Text number 3. It says, there is no need to go anywhere else. See? There is no need to go anywhere else. We don't need to. In another way, we don't need to do anything. We don't need to do anything. People always try to do. People always try to do something, anything, everything. It's caused us trouble. Kari-san, only you. You never try to do anything. You simply just stay in library. That's it. Very great. So, we don't need to do anything. We don't need to do anything. Because what you think of what you think of the self never exists. See? Once this self completely disappears, completely dropped away. See? There is no center at all. No center. No center at all. See? There is no center at all. See? What no center is? See? You never find out. See? Right and left. up and down. See, east, west, north, south. You never find out. See, in case there is no center. Oh, right now. Right now. No center at all. See? So there is nothing conservative, right or left, or up and down. The east and west of east and west, north and south. In case if the center dropped away, there is nothing. Nothing concerned with the kind of direction. That's real. There is no need to go anywhere else. There is no need to go anywhere else because no direction at all. Right. That is right now, right here. See, once you recognize center as a self, the kind of a direction just come out. See, this is a right, this is a left, this is a right, this is a left, this is up, this is a down, this is a north, this is a west. That kind of direction just come out. See? Once you recognize the self. See? But in case there is nothing concerned, in case there is nothing concerned with the self, there is no direction at all. That's the reason. We don't need to go anywhere. we don't need to go anywhere. Just like a guidance. Only library. Only library is all right. Nothing else, nothing at all. Always library. Where are you? Library. Where have you? Library. Where are you? Library. Very good. Very simple. Okay. This is a very important. See? Until what we think about a center, see, as a self, completely disappear. We have to do another. See, we have to do another. Okay, so once again, let's just teach here with number 3. Take this number 3. There is no need to go anywhere else. See, so what he just teach here. What we should keep in mind when we practice nothing is that no matter what is going on inside or outside ourselves, no matter what happens, good or bad, we should let it go. We should let it go. That's all. That is all there. There is true. Right. This is nothing we have to do. What are the again? That's teaching us thinking, thinking or thought or concept, a kind of knowledge, whatever. You see, we don't deny those things, but those things is not a reality. See, people don't know much about these things. See? What do people think? What do people think of those things? The thinking or thought or concept or reality, true. That is not true. See? That is not a truth at all. The reality is when I face this, see, I simply become as it is. Then end. End. Nothing left at all. Then we recognize this. See, there is a certain separation between this and this. And then you recognize what it is. You can just recognize what it is. At the same time, you just recognize this as a I or as the self. Otherwise, you never be able to recognize what it is. This is not a reality. This is this thing. This thing just happening in your mind. This is a kind of a creation of thinking. Reality is when I just see, when I just face this, I simply become as it is, and nothing else. People don't know much about this reality. That's the reason people are completely deceived by thinking. Very unfortunate. You see, this is a kind of a trick. The people completely deceived by this trick. See? But these tricks just come out so quickly. See, almost when I recognize this, the almost same time, see, when I face this, I simply become as it is. And then at the same time, I recognize this, and then there is separation between this and this. Then there is something just called the I or self come out. And there is a certain separation between this and this. See? This activity, in a sense, see, happens so quickly. People never follow it. See? But before recognition, there is no separation at all. There is no separation at all. That's the reason we have to do that. If you just do a dozen, as Jinen Roshi just the teacher, see, whatever, no matter what is going on inside or outside ourselves, no matter what happens, good or bad, we should let it go. This doesn't. See, whatever thinking just come out in our mind. We simply let it go. Let it go. This is totally enough. So if you do this just, see, then what's happening is there is no separation between this and that. Otherwise, totally impossible. This is this we want to just recommend you to do in order to realize who we are. See? But it's very easy to say, but totally difficult to do. See? Well, maybe Gary-san, you can do it because you're very simple in a sense. you never care much about anything. Only one thing you care much about, being in library. So this attachment, if this attachment just drop, you're completely free from everything. So great. Okay. So what's the Let's just teach us is that's much we attach. We care much about thinking or thought. See, that's causes trouble. See, although we don't deny the thinking or thought, but once you just realize who you are, see, once you realize who you are, you'll be able to just make use of thinking or thought as you want to. If you don't have that experience, you just try to make use of it, try to do anything by thinking. It's cause you trouble. See, it's cause you trouble. That's reason. See? As the Gainers teach us, no matter what is going on inside or outside ourselves, no matter what happens, good or bad, we should let it go. This is thinking because thinking is not a reality. So just whatever just thinking or thought come out in your mind without any reason. That's reason. That's reason. We don't need to care much about it. It's simply let it go. Yeah? That's reason. If the thinking or thought reality, yeah? The patriarchs never just teach us something like this. But thinking and thought is another reality. As I just mentioned about. Not a reality. So you don't need to care much about it. Simply let it go. This is Zazen. This is Zazen. Okay? This is very important thing. Whatever happened, the things just happening. The things just happening. Nothing concerned with thinking. Just happening. But very unfortunate. People just try to find out the reason why that kind of the things just come out. See, the things come out is nothing concerned with reason. Reason. Just simply come out without any reason, any kind of thing. So whatever any kind of things just happen. It's just simply happen as it is. No reason at all. But you know much about it. People always just try to find out the reason why that kind of things happen. Why God is always be in London. he doesn't have any place to go. So great. So great. because the guys just say in that with no reason. But the people always try to just find out the reason why guys always be in life. No use. No. Okay. But it's a kind of habitual this thing. As far as people are concerned, all people just try to find out these. This causes trouble. Everything just come out. See? Everything just happen without any reason. Without any reason. That's the reason. We don't need to try to find out any reason. But unfortunately, people always just try to find out reason. This causes trouble. That's the reason the just have to just teach us something like that. See, This is a very important thing. Very important things. What we should keep in mind when we practice Zazen is, no matter what is going on inside or outside ourselves, no matter what happens, good or bad, we should let it go. The things no matter happen, no matter what is going on inside or outside ourselves. This is a wisdom thinking. This is a wisdom thinking. No matter what happens, good or bad, this is a wisdom thinking as well. We don't need to care much about it. We don't need to care much about it at all. That's the reason we should let it go. Simply release everything. Let it go. That's totally enough. Okay. If we practice in this manner, we'll gradually become less and less concerned with these things. So this is very important. You can easily know much about. You will just the right way to do the zazen. If you just the more you don't care much about, the more you don't care much with thinking of, the more you become quiet. Less and less concerned with these things mean. You become gentle, mild. You're thinking. You're thinking and become gentle or mild. That is a less and less. See, less and less concerned with these things. These things is thinking. As long you came up, as long as less as you care much about the thing, you become very gentle. So whatever happens, you don't need to care much about it. You don't care much about it. Because see, your thinking also become ceased. But as long as your thinking also moves quickly. You always care much about what's the thing going on. This causes you trouble. But your way of thinking, the way of your thinking just becomes ceased. You don't care much about the thing happen. That's you can know much about this reality with your zazen. This is a very important thing. You can know much about this thing. So if we practice in this manner, in this way, we'll gradually become less and less concerned with these things. See? We just become less and less thinking. See? We don't care much about thinking. we don't care much whatever thinking come up. See, we simply just let it go. So we just simply become gentle. You feel very gentle. Nothing comes kind of anxiety just never come up. This is okay. So this is, you can know much about this. Once we become unconcerned, see, once we become unconcerned, once the way of thinking completely ceases, completely disappear. Completely disappear. That's much we have to do, doesn't it? Completely we become unconcerned. Unconcerned with what's going on right now. What's happened is our mind become quiet, and we are left with only the circumstances as the or you may say there is no separation between this and that. You don't know much about what's going on here, right? You don't know much about what's going on right now, right here. See? This much you forget everything. See, this is okay, but still, there is still the self that knows these circumstances. See? People always say, I've already, my mind and body are completely cast off. But still there is a person who knows much about the mind and body are cast off. This is still within thinking. This is still within thinking. But people say, that is a kind of enlightenment. That's it. That's another trick. See? Still there is still the self. There is still the self exists. Who knows much? See? Who knows much about? Who just realize? Who realize the mind and the body are cast off. That is still within concept, never deceived by the thinking. Very, very important thing. Yeah. So once we become unconcerned, our mind becomes quiet, and we are left with only the circumstances as they are. But if just reach this much, if you just reach this much, you never have any trouble. But the thing is still what you think about, what think of the self exists. See? So this is a very important and we have to be very careful. See? There is still the self. This is still the self that knows these circumstances. See, still within thinking. still the self, who knows much about what's going on. See? Still the self exists. So don't deceive by this thinking. See? Or maybe, as I just mentioned, the person who just realized who they are, still in their condition is something like this. Still isn't thinking. Still isn't thinking. We have to be very careful. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. Okay. There is still the self. Still the self. That's no this circumstance. But eventually, there will be a chance to forget the self completely. Once you just completely forget about the self, as I just mentioned, there is no separation between death and death. There is no separation between death and death. There nothing exists. Nothing exists. Then something happens, something like that. Then you just, your recognition just come out. And then you just recognize the things just happen. And then at the same time, you just recognize this one. This time, you'll be able to know much about, oh, this is a moment. We just recognize this one as I own, as the self. You completely verify this reality. Then, the basic, what we think of the self never exists. See, this is the Shakyamuni Buddha's realization. See? But seriously, once you just forget everything, this experience, see, it's his. We have to just experience what we have to do. Otherwise, you never be able to just separate from thinking. What I just mentioned about what people just realize who we are, still within thinking. That is not true. So this much we have to do. That's it. There is still the self that knows these circumstances, but eventually there will be a chance to forget the self. You might reach this state. So if you just reach this state, so you'll be able to know much about, as I just mentioned, fundamentally, what we think about ourselves never exists. Right. That's the reason we have to do. After that, you simply accept things as they are. See? But as I just mentioned about, even we realize who we are, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. See? Without self, we simply just acting right now, right here. So why we have to just realize? Why do we have to just realize who we are? Because without self, even just realize, even realizing who he is unnecessary. But once you have this experience, even I said, it's not necessary. It's not necessary to just realize who you. You never be able to accept it. You never be able to accept it. That's really what we have to do as others. See? We have to do that. We have to do that, and that's man. Even you just realize who you are. Still, that is unnecessary thing. Unnecessary thing. That's the reason. We just totally forget about even we just realize who you are. Yeah? This is a kind of practice after the realization. See? After realization, because even realizing who we are, it's still unnecessary. So we have to just forget about it. That's much our practice. Our practicing is endless. You see, what's happened? What's happened? Forgetting to realize who we are. Once some monks just ask the Arada Seke Roshi, see, Arada Seke Roshi, what do you find out? What's the final stage of realization or enlightenment? He answered, oh, just become animals. Just like Gary-san. Simply, Gary-san doesn't know much about anything. he always stay in the library. He doesn't know much about where he is. That's such a so great thing. You see, there is a very interesting story. Annon Roshi. He's a disciple of Jinen Roshi. Then when he just watched the TV, he just watched the TV, and all the time. Well, right now, see, the whole day, this whole day, the kind of things on TV is on, but all day, certain times come, and then any kind of what do you just any kind of things never come on display. See, but even he simply just wrote. There is no kind of what do you call the picture or kind of thing. See, simply just see. Simply he just wrote. See? And on display, kind of like this kind of things. Although that's kind of just coming on the display, he doesn't care. See, see? That's smart. He always become one. kind of movie kind of things just happen. He just the kind of movie or anything just come up, nothing just come. He just watch. That's the kind of becoming animal. Very interesting. See? He doesn't care much else what's going on. This is what the Sekiro just meant by the teaching. See? What's the final stage of enlightenment? becoming animal. Very good. Very good. Okay, so after that, you simply accept things as they are. So just like a case, simply accept what's going on. Very good. He doesn't care much what's going on, simply as it is. He just becomes as it is. Just one. No separation between this and this. That's much our practice. Our practice is lasting. Andrew. So good. After that, you simply accept the things as they are. You are then practicing in such a way. You are then practicing in such a way that's condition before realization and before realization, after realization, or simultaneously manifest. Why are the Genroshi have to say or have to teach us things, as I just mentioned? Most of the kind of teacher, kind of person who just realize who they are. Still within thinking, still within concept. That's the reason. See, again, she have to say this: never be deceived by thinking. People always are people always mistake these things. All those things is another minor one. Still within thinking, but if you think, this is the realization. See? This is the enlightenment. That's another thing. But see, the table thing, what's table things? Dear teacher also just admitted. See, regularize it. See, that's just so terrible. Even teacher don't know much about what's enlightenment. That's the reason. Oh, you're just you're certainly just realize who you, and the teacher just certificate the enlightenment. That is not enlightenment at all. That's the reason. That's the reason why the Genroshi just have to teach her. Even we just we had a kind of experience who we to realize who we. That's still within thinking. So even that kind of experience other people have, just forget about it. Just forget it. Until he forget about even until they just until he just forget about what he just realized. This much we have to do. Otherwise, we are completely deceived by thinking, misunderstanding. That's still with delusion. See, that's the reason. We have to be very careful. After that, you simply accept things as they are. And situation as it is, as it is, as it is, as it is. This way, this way, this way is just how we practice. Then what's happening is we completely forget it. We completely forget about the self. We completely become one, just like a Keshiros. There's nothing happened on display, but he just watched. See? Because he just become one with everything. See? This much we forget about ourselves. Still, there is still something others exist. That is not enlightenment at all. See? What's the others? What's the others will completely disappear. See? That's what you want. See? That's what you have to do. See? Then what we think about the others, what we think of the others, completely disappear. Then Keshiros. nothing come on the display. Covers on the display. You just watch it. Watch it. Very great. This much we have to do. See? Otherwise, that is still, that's the recognition, that's realization is still within thinking. After that, you simply accept things as they are. You are then practicing in such a way, such a way that conditions before realization and after realization are simultaneously manifest. That's it. That's it. That's much we have to do. That's it. Okay. Never grip or never grasp the things what's happened within thinking. You never misunderstand the things you just learn. The things as enlightenment. See, that is still within thinking. So that's the reason we have to be very careful. This is the way that all the patriarchs to practice. This is the way that all of the patriarchs practice. See, then they just completely realize who we are. And some of them become animals. Some of them become a plant. Some have just become a planet like a Gary-san. Okay. No reasons are required. Consider a baby. This is very important thing. Our activity is no reason. Nothing concerns with the reason. People always think of, try to think of, or try to seek for the reason. But our activities, nothing concerns the reason why we have to do, why we shouldn't do. Nothing concerns, simply just act. Right now, simply just act. Because there is no separation between this and that. See? Once I just face this, I simply just act as it is. See, without any reason, without self, without sense, I simply just act as it is. As it is. People don't know much about this because people always within thinking, within thinking. That's it. People never know much about this reality. This is a way that all of the no reason are required. Consider a baby. What is the reason for babies to eat, see, cry, move, urinate or defecate, baby. maybe guys, no reason to be in life. No reason. See? Simple baby cry, see, each or kind of urinate or defecate. No reason at all. Exactly the same as a baby. We are exactly the same as a baby. Our activity, nothing concerned with reason. Our activity is nothing concerned with thinking. What people are just try to do, always try to do is always just try to think about what we have to do, what we should do. This the way of thinking. We don't deny it, but even just try to just think about what we have to do is our activity. Nothing concerns what we have. So when we just think of when we just think of what we have to do, when we just try to make a plan, the end, what we just acting is different. Nothing concerns what we just make up now. Completely divided. See? Thinking what we are just make up now. Then and our acting, our activity is nothing concerning what we think of. See, this is a very important thing. See, people are totally misunderstanding. That's the reason. There is no reason to, there is no need to intend to go out. So, baby, what is the reason the baby to eat, see, cry, move, urinate, or defecate? Is life meaningless? Is life meaningless without purpose? Do you dislike your circumstance as you are irresponsible or dissatisfied? Always people are just people are always just try to find out the reason, but total use and useless. You see, people don't know much about it. Without any need, we simply just act. We can just act. without any reason, without self, without self, without self. We are simply just acting right now. Yeah? Once your thinking was so complete cease, you'll be able to understand it. Yeah? You'll be able to realize this reality. Our activity is nothing concerned with thinking of thought. Yeah? This much we have to do. That's it. Definitely you'll be able to accept this reality. Okay. There is no need to intend to go anywhere. Because there is, as I just mentioned, there is no center at all. So, where we have to go? Where we have to go? See? Unless there is no if there is no center, unless there is a center, see? where you have to go. See? This is a really important thing that people don't know much about. See, once you just recognize center as I or the self, then kind of, as I just mentioned, kind of direction just come out. You see, without center, nothing kind of direction will come out at all. Yeah. So we don't need to go anywhere. Always right now, right here. That's a total enough. That's a total enough condition. You're always right now, right here. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Very good. Okay. Adults use a thought to make unfounded assumption, which becomes the root of delusion. Unfortunately, adult people always thinking about what do we have to do, what do we want to do. See? That's it. That's it. The other people always confused. Maybe never confused, but other people always confused by thinking. So, unfounded assumption, which became the root of delusion. Baby's function naturally without babies function naturally without intention. People never try. Baby never try to intend to do anything. Very great. So that's the reason baby never have any trouble at all. Other people have a trouble with what they wanna do, what they have to do. Such a kind of thinking also. See? Very bad. Very bad. Gary-san is always very good. Just like a baby. No trouble at all. No trouble. Okay. That's it. The greatest human desire is to be free of our desire. See? We don't need to do anything. That's it. We don't have any. We don't need to have any. We don't need to have any desire. Listen. We just desire. Simply just acting. See? If the kind of when we just are hungry, we just want to eat. We just want to sleep. When we are tired, we just sleep. That's it. Without it. Very simple. just like a Gary said. Always he doesn't know, he doesn't need to do anything. So that coming to the life and just sleep. That's it. Very great. Very good. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. So we just finished a kind of Dharma talk today. So we're going to just have another Dharma talk the next month. So, Gary-san, are you still are you still in the library? I wanna you to do. They finally said, final instruction, final instruction. 1 square meter space here. Totally enough. 1 square meter. Or if not, half of it is enough. And this simply just say, in case you don't have any question, doesn't matter. Then, whatever just thinking come out in your mind, simply just let it go. Then, such a 1 square meter space become whole universe. And this is the Shakyamuni Buddha's realization. That's so great. Hi, thank you so much. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Thank
See
you.
you next month. Hi.
Thank you.
Muchas